guys, welcome to a brand new video from me basically. So today I am going to reveal a camera. So this is my ever-time dream of getting a camera of my own, or like a proper DSLR. So I was like, okay, why not go for a good one? So after a long wait of 3 years and a good amount of research of 3 months, I got the Canon 250D. So basically it's sort of like a beginner camera, but it's not the cheapest beginner, but in beginner series it is to be recommended the best one, because it's sort of like it's a really good camera. Because before going further ado, I will be like just talking to you about what all is there inside the box and what all we got as our goodies. So the main thing, that is the camera body, which is there, and then we have the kit lens, which is an EFS 18 by 55 millimeter lens, which is the standard kit lens. The strap, our charging cables, and the battery is there inside. I just plugged it in, just pretty excited. And then the freebies part comes. We got the cleaning kit, the EOS cleaning kit, which actually consists of the microfiber cloth, which is like a super huge one. Okay, so it's sort of like, let's open and check. Okay, this is, man, this is so huge. This is so huge that I could clean my face with this, but still, yeah, it's this much huge, okay, but still fine. I can, it's just for the camera, fun fact. And then we have something like this. I don't know what this seems like. It should be, what is this stuff? Oh, it's sort of a brush. Okay, so it's sort of like a brush. It's just like to dust it off. Okay, so I like this stuff. Good thing. I've thought something else. And then like a wind pump, like a sort of a pressing wind pump, which will actually like put off the dust off. So that's with the cleaning kit. We got a very nice Louis Pro's camera bag, which is sort of like nowadays coming with the camera, and a proper SanDisk's Ultra SDHT USB, not USB, sorry. It's a memory stick, which is sort of like 16 gigabytes of memory with up to 48 MB of speed. I don't know what's that about, but it's sort of like 16 MB. No, sorry, 16 gigabytes of memory card, which is pretty decent. Okay, and finally, this was sort of like an additional a sort of, let's say, an additional accessory, which that guy from the store we purchased was really generous to give it to us. This is a Boya universal cardioid microphone. So it's basically the one you put on top of the camera. So since these all things are unboxed, we'll unbox this one, since he's still in box. He's not being taken out of the box. So let's see. Oopsie, this is okay. There we got the first stuff off, and then off. Okay. Pretty good package, honestly speaking, it's a really good package. Okay, so this is basically the microphone, I suppose. Okay, this top part is so good. Okay, so if I'm removing it off, it's just like, oh, I can't remove it off. Fun fact. Oh, it was moving. What happened? Okay, unfortunately, what's behind this couldn't be removed, so let's keep it aside. The camera mount, which is being like normally used to like plug it in the straight way and just like get that stuff sorted. And as always, throw away, do not eat, silica gel. That's off. Our normal aux cables, I assume. Like, yeah, these are aux cables. So this is for the camera, whereas this is for the smartphone. So there are like two different separate aux cables kept on connection. And the, okay, this is premium. Wow. So this is basically a leather bag. Okay, it's a leather casing for basically the microphone. Okay, and it's nice accessories. Man, there's so much of bags. I got like, okay, it's sort of 3 bags I got. This is interesting. So this one could actually hold in everything possibly. So yeah, basically that is the deal. Moving on to, okay, basically this is the thing. Moving on to what's the review of the Canon 250D. So the camera is really a base model camera, okay, but because and also a base model but with really good specs, because in terms of base model we have the 2000D and the 4000D. But 2000D and 4000D, even though it's okay, 4000D is like the cheapest one, but I think the better one for which I myself would recommend to someone would be properly a 250D. It's not that because I bought it, but I'll tell you because I did a good research on this. So it's having a Digit 8 processor, image processor, which is pretty good of a deal. It can record videos in 8K, whereas in the 2000D it's only 1080p. And good part is, okay, I'll not say this is a good part, but actually it's sort of, you guys see yourself, like on the top they're like, okay, these particular so normally for a DSLR it's sort of like the roller on top. The top roller will have so much of functions, whereas this one is just having let's see, this one is just having like a scene intelligent mode, a shutter speed priority mode, a manual exposure, a grainy BW. I don't know what's a grainy BW. It's sort of like very new to me. A portrait mode. Yeah, then the scene intelligent auto. An R picture and a TV mode. And towards the end, a manual. So it's sort of like, okay, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Only 7 functions are there on the roller. But the rest functions are there as buttons on top. So it's sort of like the ISO, the display, the information menu, info, the video recording, and all these things. And yeah, it's sort of like, okay, normally towards this side we'll find so much buttons, but the side buttons have been just reduced to like 3 of them. That's just like the AV, that is the AV button there's there, and then the set, the playback, and the delete. And some of the zoom in and zoom out stuff. And it's also lightweight one way. It's sort of like, even though it's having like a plastic body and like I can literally open just like this, the flash just like that, but still it is really good. And also the thing is that even though if it's having like a Digit 8 processor and all those stuff, so much people told me, okay Arjun, why you're going for a DSLR in the age where you need to go for mirrorless? But fortunately, as the sort of like the big word which happens during these times is budget. Okay, so I was basically having a budget of 2000 dirhams. That's an equivalent of $545, like as of today, as of now. It's sort of, I just checked the exchange rate. Okay, so it's having a 24.1 megapixel APS-C CMOS sensor inside it with image processor Digit 8 as said always. It's having a 9-point face detection autofocus with its ISO ranging from 100 to 25,000, but it could be expanded up to 51,200, which is really good. Max image size could be in the dimensions of 6,000 by 4,000. And you can do, as said before, you can actually record videos in 4K at 60 frames, 50 frames, 30 frames, 25 frames, and 24 frames. Okay? And it's having an LCD screen. So this is an LCD screen which could be easily tilted in the front as well as in the back. So let's check. It's sort of like it's on. So you can see like it automatically shifts. It automatically shifts accordingly. Okay. So it's just like that. Okay, so this is something really good, and also it has a touch option, which is really good because okay, nowadays I don't think people will be wanting to do press this thing analog sort of things, and I don't think that's sort of like really advisable sort of a thing, to be honest. And this has Wi-Fi and NFC. So suppose Canon Connect is normally the application you use to actually get the photos of it, because it's suddenly it becomes really easy nowadays, because if suppose I take a shot, just the camera itself becomes like a Wi-Fi sort of a Wi-Fi modem, I could call that as, and automatically connects it and just transfers the image like in lightning speed. So it's sort of like, even I checked with Nikon SnapBridge, but I didn't feel that to be so fast compared to Canon's Connect. And also it's sort of like, and by weight also, it's just 451 grams. It's really lightweight. But it's only for the body, okay? When you put like the lens, things and all, it'll anyway go more than 451 grams, of course. So there is a Wi-Fi setting, a Bluetooth setting. Okay, it's not having NFC, it's having Bluetooth, not NFC. NFC was there with the 750D, which the 750D is out of market as of now, so it's 850. But people do say don't go for 850, you can go for the 250. The other good part which I found in the 250D is sort of like, there is an option called as the guide. Okay, so it's like when you normally take the camera comes in a sort of like a setting which actually says, let's check. Okay, so basically when you're having shooting screens, menu displays and all those, it's in a very different way, because I myself have only used, okay, I've used a D5, okay, a Nikon D3500 and 5600 and a Canon 750D and a Canon 4000D. Like, I have used these, but I haven't seen something like this in any of those cameras. It's sort of like, there is a particular setting, as I don't know whether you guys could see. So there's a sort of a very particular setting. Okay, this is something which I haven't seen very much. So this is coming as default, but it could be changed, because I myself isn't a big fan of the guided options, but I'm pretty much will go with the standard one, because I feel that's sort of a little more better, I can say honestly. But like, this is something really good. So for people who are like first time photographers who wants to take a shot with the camera, the good part is that this will give you all the, it will just guide you with the options. So I just think is it because of that they have kept like very less options on the roller, but I don't know what's the official name, but I'm going to call it the roller. Okay, the rolling functions. So that's why I think it's sort of like very little features are being kept on the roller. But like, yeah, overall, like, you guys like upon the end you will see like some sample images which I'll be adding to, which I have shot during the weekends of me going to different places in the UAE. So you have to stay tuned for that. So, and in any case, another thing is that this mostly would be the last video I would be ever shooting with my own phone. So I'm using a Huawei Mate 20 Pro. So the camera is insanely great, I can say that honestly, because I've been using that over 1.5 years and it's pretty good. So like, yeah, this is basically everything about the Canon 250D. So like, before we wind up, I'll definitely like put the lens in just for the purpose of showing. So it's like, just for the purpose of showing, let's just get this boy in, and it's locked. Perfect. So that's basically the thing. The image is there, everything is there, and I'm going to shoot one of them right now. Right now, this minute, this second. Okay, let's make it a bit more close. And there we go on 3, 2, 1. Okay. So as of now, this thing doesn't have a SD card. So it's like, I didn't put the SD card yet. So basically the image will be deleted. Haha, fun fact. So that's all, folks. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please do like, share, and subscribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.